Hey fam, how's it going? I wanted to talk about today change versus complaining. So, in your personal life, if you feel like you have been complaining more often than not, it's time to start recognizing what you're complaining about and then start asking yourself why. Why are you complaining about this? I mean, is it like, are you complaining about your relationship or your marriage? Are you complaining about not having enough time? Are you complaining about work, your boss, coworkers, um, family, what's going on in the world? Like, can you see that you're maybe finding something that you're complaining about more often than not? If you are finding something that you're complaining about, now is the time that you really need to calibrate your mind and start to think in manners of change. Well, what do I need to do to change this? Well, how can I fix this? So when we recognize things in life that bother us, it's easy for us to just sit there and complain. It's the easiest thing to do, but we know that that is not going to be a fix. That is not a solution. So the best approach to that is asking yourself, what can I do to change this? Sometimes it's just perspective and mindset to change something, because sometimes externally you can't change what's going on. So start with that perception. Start with how you can look at a situation in a different light by asking certain questions like, why is this happening? What am I feeling? Why? Journaling is a great way to do this. Like, I love to be able to get my thoughts out on paper, and sometimes it just kind of clicks once I do that. So that can be very helpful to just vomit on paper to get those thoughts out, get some more clarity. So remember that complaining isn't going to change anything. It's not going to make things better. In fact, it can actually just build in you, and it just becomes your routine. This is what I'm going to complain about, and this is just natural for me, because the more you complain, the more you're going to complain about complaining. You're just going to find yourself about complaining about things. So remember that your thoughts can control you so easily, okay? But remember that your thoughts are not who you are. So recognizing those thoughts is one thing, and acknowledging those thoughts, okay, and appreciating those thoughts coming by, but don't make those thoughts a part of you, okay? Find a way to change those negative thoughts, those complaining things. How can I change instead of complain? So start replacing the complaint with an act of change, even if that act of change is just starting to change your perception. Start asking questions, start looking at things differently, ask for help, become actively involved in something, change your job, whatever that may be. Listen to yourself, listen to your inner voice, because it's there for you. It's good to rely on. It's hard to tune into when you're caught up complaining about everything that's going on. So you actually have to, quiet yourself a little bit and understand where you're coming from when you're complaining about these things, so you can get a better clarity of why you're complaining about things and what you can do about it. So think about that in your personal life. Think about it globally as well. Do you find yourself complaining about what's going on in the world, what's going on in, politics, or, there's a lot going on right now. And so I think there's a lot of negative energy out there. So just remind yourself, you don't need to be contributing to this negative energy. You need to be feeding in positive energy. Well, how do you do that? Change is what's going to propel that positive energy for you, and then it can actually overflow. I mean, I really do believe that energy is contagious. So if you're putting out these complaining energies, these negative energies about things, it's just going to spread like wildfire. Well, what if you change your mindset? What if you start planting these seeds of change, changing your perception, changing little things in your life, making a proactive action in your life? People look at you going, wow, look at you, you're being very proactive, and I see that you're looking at things in a different light, or you seem different. people will start to notice that and really go, wow, that's really cool. I want to do that too. So energy is contagious. So remember, the energy that you're putting out is the energy that you're going to hold on to and grasp onto, and that's what you're going to recognize in yourself. So be the energy that you want. Put out the energy that you want to feel by simply not complaining, but changing, right? And finding a change starting within yourself. And it will manifest outwardly, right? So that is my message for you today. This was just a short little video because that's been on my mind for the past few days, and I've been feeling the energy myself of people around me, and just of what's going on in the world, and the transformation that I've been through in the past year, especially knowing that I don't want to live in a life of complaint. I want to live in a life of change. I want to feel like I'm moving forward and not sitting here being surrounded by dark clouds of unhappiness, with whatever's going on around me or, in front of me. So reverse that complaint into a change and see what happens for you. And it's pretty amazing what it can do for you. It's self-inspiring, really. So that's my message for you today. Have a wonderful time until I talk to you next time.